Hi, Colin Birchall here from Smart Technologies, and welcome to another edition of That's a Smart Idea, the 1 minute video which never lasts a minute, guys. If you've seen these before, you know the score, where we here at Smart help you, our Smart channel partners, wherever you may be, sell more smart business products into your customers and add value to your smart business proposition. So today, I am joined by the one, the only Mark Mendoza. Hi, Mark. How are you doing?
Good, Colin. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining us here at Tassie Towers, as I call it. Thanks for coming on today. Today's show for our partners is about colleges or universities and that particular market, and I brought Mark on to talk a little bit about that. So for people who don't know who you are, Mark, could you introduce yourself and tell us what your role is at Smart?
Yeah, my name is Mark, and I am the higher ed specialist for all of North America. So I handle college universities and supporting them with how we can essentially insert smart technologies or any sort of AV tech into their space.
Oh, that's great. So, well, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. As you may know, That's a Smart Idea. It's a video that we do for our partners out there. And I guess there's a lot of partners who might be watching this and wondering, what is the sort of use case scenario for smart technology going into a college or university right now? What is the most common areas you're finding?
So the most common areas would be in like a classroom setting. So where, any faculty member would be able to plug in their computer, deliver a lecture. And the one thing that I think is kind of lost on people is how you can kind of share that out to students now. So, back when I was in college, I didn't have a smart board. So I had to take notes as the professor was lecturing out a lot of the material. And when you get into certain STEM programs, that seems, a bit more daunting. You're trying to frantically take down notes. But now, students can really focus on the content that's being delivered to them. And with technology nowadays, especially with interactive flat panels, teachers can now go ahead and deliver the content in a more effective and engaging way. And then at the end of the lesson, be able to share that out to their students so they don't feel like they're left behind or they missed anything, which is really great.
That's great, Mark. It's interesting that obviously the things that you're saying about positioning smart into higher ed. Why is it you think that our business solutions are more suitable in higher ed than, say, our award-winning education solutions are out there right now?
I think it's just the different type of setting. So in K-12, you'd normally find you have a teacher, at the front of the class delivering out their lecture, essentially to a bunch of other kids. But in K-12, kids are encouraged to come up to the board, interact with the board, and collaborate right there. In a university setting, it's a little bit different. So, you do have still the facilitation of that lesson, but essentially students are taking their notes directly on their laptop, iPad, what have you. And so the dynamic between your professor and your students is a little bit different. And so, with a business solution, we just make it easier for faculty to be able to use the operating system that they're used to. In most cases, it's Windows, and they can essentially share that out in an easier fashion to students when after they're done.
And I suppose things like Smart Ink and Smart Meeting Pro, even, they're much simplified applications for use at that sort of higher ed level as well.
Yeah, because normally they have their decks built out already. So using Smart Ink gives them the ability to be able to make notes onto any of the PowerPoint slides and save them. I've talked to many professors that they feel they have to do 10 different types of printing styles for 10 different classes just because of the way the nature of the class flows. So Smart Ink, it's really nice to be able to just make annotations, share that out to the class. You can re-erase whatever you need to, maybe even highlighting and going back to what you had before with a previous class. But it just gives the faculty member a lot more dynamic editing in real time. And then with Smart Meeting Pro, you can take clips from the web, taking any photos that you need to as a screen capture, and having all those ideas kind of posted up onto an infinite whiteboarding canvas is a solution that I think we're one of the many few that do it.
That's great, Mark. So thank you so much for joining us on That's a Smart Idea today. I'd like to say also a huge thank you to all our partners out there, wherever you may be. Thank you for making us number one. You know, we're not top of the list for the last 35 years without you guys, so we really appreciate all your efforts. If you like what we're doing here, make sure that you like and maybe even share these videos, which is great. That, you know, we really appreciate your feedback. If you can give us any feedback, if you've got any ideas for future shows as well, please leave the comments below. So lastly, I'd like to say a big thank you to Mark. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to say to all of our smart partners out there, keep on winning, keep on trying new things, because that's a smart idea. Thank you.